Get popular Steam games like PUBG, Rocket League, and even Fall Guys for up to 90% off at steamalts.com. And if you're looking for a Minecraft alt generator, use code DreamHax for 20% off Verity alts. Link is in the description. I do recommend it, and enjoy the video. Hello everybody, DreamHax here, and welcome back to the channel. We are on Novoline once again, and I am really taking a liking to this client, though I will say the performance, I would stream Novoline, but unfortunately the performance is rather poor, so if you have a bad PC, then, maybe reconsider. But, effectively, just making another video because I sort of have to. And there are a couple comments that people had about the client and about like different features or modules specifically. Things like fly, things like anti-bot, and other bugs that I may have been experiencing. Primarily was the invisible player bug, and he's gone. The invisible player bug was effectively when at the very end of the game you would still see that there were 2 people left alive on the sidebar, or the whatever it's called, I don't know, I'm a fucking Reddit user, but on the scoreboard rather, you'd still see that there were 2 players alive, but when you check the tab menu, as well as when you checked the actual players, just to like look around and find a player, you would not see a player. This was a bug. It was caused by the new anti-bot setting. I don't know why the new anti-bot is worse than the old one. But it was just the new anti-bot, so that's pretty much it. Pretty easy to fix that. Just change it in the config. People also commented on the fly, specifically like the speed of the fly. Now I personally, alright, this is going to be my personal opinion. I am not a big fan of wicked fast flies. I find them cumbersome to control, and I'll tell you more in a second here. Effectively, like, let's say you're on a map like this map here. If you wanted to fly across the map, you could do it in, this kind of speed. That's fast enough. It doesn't need to be an instant thing. In my opinion, it's better if it's not instant. I tend to find that, killing people, like, while they're bridging, for example, is a lot more fun when you're actually able to control where your character is going. Not to mention, sudden stops and changes in velocity can flag the anti-cheat occasionally, and you'll get lag back when you have an absurdly fast fly. And on top of all of that, in order to get the fastest speeds possible, you need to use a blink fly. And I personally find blink flies to just not be as useful as regular non-blink flies, because let's say, I'm down here and I want to fly to that island. Well, if I go over here, oh, okay, never mind, I'm not going to fly to an island today. So if I want to fly to this island and I am slightly below where the main block is, if I were to fly to it, I can scaffold there. I'm able to scaffold and build on the block, I can build a block right there. You can't do that with a blink fly, because with a blink fly, when you try to place a block there, you're still on the other side of the map, because technically the server doesn't realize that you've already teleported or flown. Yes, flown. So in that regard, if you're playing Skywars or something, and I'm just like, oh, I need to fly to this island, and I'm like, oh, boom, and now I'm there, I'm on that island. You can't do that with a regular one. Never mind. Okay, I don't think it was the fly. I think scaffold must have triggered something. That would be what we call unlucky, dude. Imagine getting Watchdog banned in 2020. Normally you have to try to do that, so that was definitely an unlucky moment there. But anyway, that's besides the point. I still think my point stands. I probably just did something really stupid with fly, because I think I flew scaffold and then it turns off fly automatically once you start to scaffold, and then I flew again, and then that probably flagged it because it was a bunch of weird movements and stuff all at the same time. So that was definitely user error. I'd say 99% of the time, probably 100% of the time. If you're not an idiot like me, it's gonna work just fine. But again, like, if you use a non-blink fly, you are allowed to, you have more freedom. You can hit people, you can scaffold, you can do whatever you gotta do mid-air. But when you use a blink fly and you're trying to just get across islands faster, it's just you can't do all the fun fly stuff. And yes, it's faster, and people will always like to flex, like, dude, my fly is like 80 blocks a second. Like, that's cool and all, but when you're only going like 20 blocks, is the half a second difference really that important to like a 30 block per second fly? For like 99% of situations, you're gonna be able to fly to the other island in with a negligible time difference to like 80 blocks per second. Now, I am aware that some people play Bed Wars and some people play other game modes. If you're playing Bed Wars, then yeah, probably, you know, go with the blink fly, go with the speedy fly. But for Skywars, where maps are a lot more compact, you know, you get what you want, and if you miss your, you know, your launch, whatever you want to call it, you miss your area that you're flying to, well, you don't have a fail-safe if you're using the fast blink fly. And again, I really do think it mostly just comes down to like the ego of client developers. They're all about like making sure the client is like has all these crazy stats and specs and stuff. Like, yo, bro, my client can like click at 20 times per second, dude. You know, or whatever. I don't know. I can 1/2 heart this other client with my kill aura because our kill aura is just so superior. But it's like, yeah, but that kind of difference is not really noticeable, is it? I mean, let's say, you know, you're at Tribute. You're on this island and you want to fight at that island. And I'm there. That's it. That was not a very long time. Could I have gotten there faster with another fly? Sure. Sure I could have. But okay, so what? You know, it's like if I want to get to from here to there, you know, I just do this and I'm there. It's really not super complicated. And with a faster fly, you know, on these smaller, more compact maps, obviously Tribute's a bad example, but on smaller maps, you know, you actually have a risk because you risk overshooting your destination. Obviously, you know, you get used to the fly, you get used to how your client works. Can I please move? No? Okay. You get used to how your client works, and you get used to, you know, how fast the fly is, and you can, you know, you get pretty good at it, right? Muscle memory tells you how far you need to go, but it's still more of a risk, especially if you're, you know, not comfortable with your, you know, config yet. Obviously, this is all personal preference. If you are going to be using a blink fly, that is your decision to make, not mine. Blink flies are, of course, amazing for, you know, many different use cases. It's just that in my use case, you know, I want to fly to this island. Boom, I'm there. You know, it's simple. It's simple. I'm just there. I built on the side of the island. I didn't have to do any shenanigans to get to it. And not to mention, blink flies are a lot worse for flexing, because when you blink fly, you know what you're doing? You're teleporting. It's not, you know, when you're flying around at the speed of sound or whatever, I guess at the speed of like half sound, because everyone's like, oh, non-blink fly is so slow, or your fly is so slow. When you're running, you know, when you're flying around or whatever, other players are just kind of seeing you like teleport in weird ways. I don't know, maybe you think that's better for flexing, but if you ask me, I'd say them actually being, okay, autopod's messing with my gap here. Being able to actually see you move in the air is a lot more flex-worthy. Oh, lag. Is a lot more flex-worthy than the other option, which is just kind of like blip, 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 blip. Also, for whatever reason, people criticized my pronunciation of Novoline. Listen, the English dictionary, or the English language, says it's Novoline. Alright? That's how it's spelled. Novoline. Don't tell me that it's, you know, Novoline. I'm gonna pronounce it how it's meant to be pronounced according to English. I'm not gonna, you know, you could say, oh, but it's, no, but the devs, they say Novoline, so it's Novoline. Listen, buddy, listen. Do you pronounce it GIF or GIF? Honest question. Ask yourself that question right now, GIF or GIF. If you pronounced it as GIF, then congratulations, you pronounce it Novoline too, alright? If you pronounced it as GIF, then you're pronouncing it Novoline. Let me explain why. Because Novoline is how grammar works. That is how it should be pronounced according to grammar. That's how the word is structured. It's Novoline. But the creators of Novoline say it's pronounced Novoline. Similar situation here with GIF versus GIF. I say GIF. I think it's GIF because it should be GIF. That's how it's spelled. It's outlined as though it is GIF, or it's not outlined. It's formatted as though it is GIF. However, the creator of the GIF specifically said it's pronounced GIF like the peanut butter. If you want to listen to the creator on this, then you're pronouncing it GIF. If you're going to pronounce it Novoline, then you're pronouncing it as, you know, GIF as well. So if you say GIF, then say Novoline. If you say GIF, then say Novoline. Simple as that. That's my argument. Anyway, your lesson on the English language is over. Stop, you know, insulting. Stop making fun. Okay, is this guy doing like every challenge at once? Let's see if he can hit me. If he's doing every challenge at once, then I'm gonna let him live. He hasn't opened any of his chests. I don't... Yeah, he hasn't opened any of his chests, so I'm assuming he's doing... Yeah, every challenge at once. This dude, we're about to be the ultimate hacker homie. Are you ready for this, dude? Are you ready, kids? Anti-void right here. Turn it off. 360 no scope. That guy gets every single challenge all at once. And on that note, I think I'm going to end the video here. If you did enjoy, be sure to smash that like. I'm kidding. But anyway, that's hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed my little rant about Flight and GIF and Novoline or whatever. It's a good client. Code DreamHax, 10% off, of course. Go enjoy it. Go enjoy the client. Multiple sponsors for this video. But it's a really good client. I really do recommend it. And I hope you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.